Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel, and for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you again. This reading is intended for the sign of Sagittarius, and we're taking a look at your love life from now until the end of September. So, Sagittarius, I shuffled your deck, I've pulled your cards. It was kind of a weird message. The person you're dealing with is showing up as kind of weird. Okay. Let's talk about it. You're coming through as Six of Wands in the upright. Your person is Four of Cups. This is creating a Knight of Pentacles energy for your situation. Now, for you, it's like you're feeling good. You've got it going on, right? But it looks like you're extending an offer to somebody that isn't paying attention at this time, or they're very focused on something else. So let's take a look at what's going on within this connection. Because it feels like this person has given up on this completely. Yeah, I'm not, let's see what happened in the past. Okay, so it could have been that there was some kind of argument between the two of you, or something came to a complete halt, is what this looks like. I feel like you are in a space where you're wanting to try again with whoever this is, because it's like you coming back better than ever, right? You feeling like you're on top of your game. Maybe you fixed some things that perhaps were a problem to yourself or to whatever this connection was in the past. But it feels like now that you're in a space of wanting to offer this pentacle or offer this cup to whoever this is, they're not really paying attention. It's like maybe you decided you needed to take some time to figure something out, and you figured out what there is to figure out, and you have a plan. You're trying to present it to whoever this is, and they weren't viewing the time apart as like a break. It feels like they were viewing it more as an ending or a break up. So it's possible that you took a long time to come back to whatever the situation is. Yeah, it's like you have the clarity now that perhaps you feel like you didn't have in the past about the way you want things to go. And it seems like now that you understand whatever it was that you felt like you didn't know, you've discovered something about yourself or about this person, about this connection. And it's almost like you're excited, you're anxious to throw your hat back in the ring, right? You want to get back to it, but this is moving or will be moving at a really slow pace, I feel like. And for you, that could be frustrating because you feel like there's nothing that you can do about this. You can't make this person move faster or see you in a different light. It's very possible that you've been working on yourself a lot, right? And so now you're kind of returning to your life. Perhaps some of you went into like hermit mode and you were just figuring some things out. And now that you're like, okay, I'm solid, I got this, I know what I need to know, let's get back to it. You're not being met with the like reception that you were hoping for, is what this is looking like to me. It's almost like whoever this is that you're interested in or have had this 10 of Swords ending with is being very like aloof or just kind of like nonchalant about you, about what you're offering, about what you're extending. They're not grabbing at it. They're just kind of sitting there like, okay, cool. Like you've changed or you're different or you have a plan. Great, whatever. They're not really picking up what you're putting down at this time, but I feel like you're trying to stay the course regardless, right? What I do like about this is that it feels like you're trying to figure out what needs to happen to make someone feel better about what happened in the past, right? Like, I'm not seeing you getting discouraged. I'm seeing you really hanging in there and trying to maybe like take a slower pace or be like, okay, I understand that this is what you need from me. I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to show you that I can be this or that I can do that or whatever. But it feels like this person is still not budging, right? Even though it's like you're giving them everything that they want, right? You're giving them everything that they've asked for. You heard what they said, you thought about it, you went and fixed what needed to be fixed. And it's like, okay, but you should be happy now, right? Like what is the problem? I'm showing up the way that you want me to, and you're not even noticing, you don't even care, what I'm kind of feeling as I'm moving into your future energy is this person may have told you that they wanted a lot of things from you that you heard and you tried to internalize and fix. And it turns out that they didn't want any of those things. But in all honesty, they just kind of set a bar that was really high because they didn't think that you would accomplish it. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like they asked you for all these things that they didn't think you would ever do. And because you cared, you went off and did it, right? But now as you're saying like, hey, I thought about what you said, or I'm shifting in this way so that you understand that you mean something to me and I'm trying, they're just like, okay. But they're still acting like you're not doing what they wanted you to do. This is so frustrating. I'm so sorry you're going through this, because this literally is like somebody holding a brass ring in front of you or a carrot and being like, okay, if you just get this carrot, I'm going to be with you forever. And then you like train really hard to be able to run fast enough or to do the thing. And then you do the thing and you're like, look, I did it. Now it's us. Or now that one hang up you had that you said, if I could just deal with this, I've dealt with this. And they're still like, yeah, I don't know. Right? Very frustrating energy. And I'm sorry that you guys are going through this, because as we're moving into the future, I'm not really seeing this get better for you. Like, I'm seeing this person still act like you're not relationship material, or, still being on the fence about like, well, maybe I'd be better off on my own. Maybe there's something better for me. Maybe there's someone that's a better fit for me. And you're putting a lot into trying to revive whatever this is, right? So let's take a look at that. All right. Yeah, so here's the thing. I want you guys to stop and think about what this person means to you or what this relationship means to you. Is it possible that you created kind of this idea in your mind of like, this is the one, right? This is the end all. And I just need to be my best version of myself for this person. Because what I'm seeing here is like, this person didn't want what you wanted, or they always kind of wanted a reason to say no or to escape, right? And so that's why they put all these like parameters on like, oh, if only you had this, if only you were like this, right? Because they kind of sized you up and felt like you were too stubborn to do those things, right? This person, it's almost like they wanted you for the fun time or the short time, but not the long time. And so they figured if they said all these reasons of why this couldn't work, you would just be so stubborn that you wouldn't like fix them, right? And now that you've fixed them, it's almost like you've called this person's bluff and you're seeing who they really are. And who this person is that they were actually waiting for someone else with what I'm seeing here. This person seems like they're not over their ex. And so they were kind of stringing you along, but they don't come through as someone who's having like the freedom in their heart to give their heart to you. And instead of just being transparent about that, they threw up all these roadblocks and obstacles of like, well, if you could just do this, if you could just do that, if you were more like this, and you've done all those things, and now you're seeing that this person in the future is still hesitant. They're still elusive. If you were in a relationship with this person and they separated from you, or they said they wanted a break because you were too whatever, maybe you work too much, you drink too much, you don't talk enough, you don't open up, you don't share your feelings, whatever it is, right? In that time, you worked on it, but for them, they were like, oh, good, I'm done with this. I found a reason to stop this, right? They didn't think there would be an and then. They thought that they could just make it be like, this is your problem and you're the reason why this isn't working. And then they could exit. You get what I'm saying? So that's why this person is still, even in the future, acting like they're single, acting like they're unsure. And it's unfortunate because I'm seeing you trying really hard to get to the bottom of like, what can I do to fix this, right? The hard part is like, they're not even available. I don't think they were available when we were dealing with them because it looks like they were just in this situation with someone else. Maybe you met this person after a breakup and they are still there. Like that's still where their heart is. That's still where their mind is. And they should have said that to you, right? Instead of having you do all these things and then still not wanting to pick back up or fix things, right? What this is creating for your relationship is a 9 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Cups, 7 of Swords. So I feel like you guys might still try to move this forward, right? Because 9 of Wands in the reverse talks a lot about like showing up for something that isn't still happening, showing up for something that is not, it's over. It's not a thing anymore, right? But this is like kind of beating a dead horse energy of like, no, like this person still wants me. There's just things that I need to do better and I need to show up in this way. And, it's like you're getting kind of far away in the future from who you are, right? Because you want this. And this person is not being transparent and just saying like, hey, actually, I'm still in love with my ex and I'm really hoping that they'll come back and I haven't gotten over that. And I'm not ready to commit to something that's forever because I'm really still kind of hoping this person will come back in my life. Right. I think that maybe if you could take a step back and think about this connection and everything you're putting into this connection and maybe all the ways that it feels like you're kind of changing or you're dealing with a lot of your shadow work, which is awesome. For this person to still be so uninvested or uninvolved, right? Like that's kind of a red flag. If somebody loves you, they're going to love you regardless of what you have going on. And if you fix those things, then even better, right? But if you don't, I still love you. Versus like, well, I'll only love you if. And then when you do, they still act like you're not enough. You get what I'm saying? It might be a good idea for you guys to take a step back from this because I feel like you've lost yourself in this connection with some of the cards that I'm seeing here. It's looking like you're spending a lot of time trying to please this person or make this work in such a way that maybe you're not thinking about like, is this even what you want, right? Maybe the idea of the relationship has become so big that you've lost sight of like, is this the person that you want the relationship with? You get what I mean? Your advice is the 5 of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Pentacles reversed, Emperor reversed, 5 of Cups. So here's the thing. Eventually, this person may just go silent, right? This person could end up having kind of their motive exposed. You could find out that as this person is like prolonging this reconciliation or not allowing you to make things up to them or to become a bigger part of their life again, you could find out that they've actually been talking to whoever this past partner is. And that would actually come out in a way that would I don't want to say be like super public, but it's public for you, right? Like you would end up seeing something where you're like, oh, okay, I thought that you just wanted me to do XYZ. But really, you've been spending time with your ex, like, and you just posted a picture that, like, you were literally with that person 3 weeks ago and you never even said anything. You get what I mean? This person, I feel like they're not single in the emotional sense. They're still tied to whoever this is. And I feel like everything that's happening now, eventually it's going to be revealed to you as to why this person said all these things or had all these things they wanted you to do. But I think what the dumbest part about this is that even though you kind of jumped through these hoops to like fix what was broken, the person that they end up going back to is somebody that has done none of the changing or accommodating that you've done. So, I mean, this 5 of Swords in reverse is kind of a double-edged sword because they had someone who would show up and do all these things and it was everything that they said they wanted. But really, because it didn't come from the person they wanted it from, they go back and settle for a loser. Right? So they're going to get their karma, they're going to get their karma when they go back to whoever this person is that doesn't care about what they want. But unfortunately, in the meantime, here's you feeling kind of used, right? Or feeling kind of silly, like, wow, I like really put a lot of effort into this. And then you picked somebody over me that didn't do any of that, right? I don't know, guys. Maybe don't make this person your only option with the 6 of Pentacles, right? If they seem aloof or like what you're doing isn't good enough, recognize that you are a good person and you are a good partner and maybe take them at their word, you know what I mean? And do a little bit of dating or do some other things to get your mind off of this, right? Let's get an oracle message for you. I mean, what this person is doing too is going to blow up in their face because they're going to end up with a bum. But at the same time, it sucks because it's like, okay, yeah, they got their karma, but they also wasted my time, and I feel used. So kind of a rough message. I'm sorry. You got playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. Maybe go have some fun with people that like you no matter what you're doing or who you are or how you're showing up, right? Like, I think you've been very serious and maybe that was part of this person's thing was like, you don't take life serious or you have no goals or whatever it was, right? That they were saying to you that you were trying so hard to measure up to. That's really unfair. So you're being advised to take some time to enjoy your life. Perhaps without this person's expectations of what you should be doing. Soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit, believe this, and they will manifest physically. So, maybe this is a blessing in some ways because it's getting you ready to be the kind of partner that could have that happily ever after with the right person, right? Like, it seems like perhaps this person was the person you needed to meet before you could get into a long-term relationship. With someone who is available. Bottom of the deck, be aware of what you're projecting for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. It feels like this person was kind of projecting on you, right? And that's like so unfair. I'm really sorry that you've been going through that. Let's get one more card. When you pass from this world, you take nothing but your soul and the memories you shared with those you love. So, it's possible that this person was like really hard on you about your finances, or maybe they felt like you needed to do things different or acquire more or whatever. But at the end of the day, like if this person loves you, they're not going to care what's in your bank account. They're just going to want to spend time with you, right? And like, yeah, you need money to live. And I get that. But at the same time, that shouldn't be a deal breaker for a relationship with someone who really loves you, right? Because you'll figure that part out. That'll be okay. It's just like, oh my God, I'm so happy that you're mine, right? Whereas this person, it seems like they always had visions of what they wanted you to be, you know, and what you should be doing as far as like maybe finances or owning certain things. But that's not the most important thing in life, right? This person is going to get their karma. It's not going to come from you. And I think that you will heal and you'll attract somebody really great, right? But in the meantime, this is just a little bit rough, okay? So you make sure you're very good to yourself and you're doing things you enjoy. I will speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, take care. Bye.